What a week it was for pharmacy. I'm Luke Halpern. This is Top 5 in 5 from Pharmacy Times, your weekly countdown of the most read content on the Pharmacy Times website. Let's get right into it. We're kicking things off at number 5 with a piece that I put together from a conversation with Joseph Saseen, PharmD. The focus here is the 2026 ACC and AHA Dyslipidemia Guidelines, the first major update since 2018, and specifically what's changed around biomarker testing and the use of non-statin treatment options. The headline finding: universal lipoprotein A, or Lp(a), screening is now recommended for every adult at least once in their lifetime. On the treatment side, Saseen walked through how bempedoic acid, inclisiran, and PCSK9 inhibitors are now clearly positioned in the guidelines as evidence-based add-on therapies for patients who have not yet hit their LDL-C goals, whether because of inadequate response or statin intolerance. For pharmacists, these updates are directly actionable. You guys will be counseling patients on why they're getting any lab tests in the first place, especially a new one they haven't had before. You'll also be fielding questions about newer agents that are moving from the pipeline into standard practice. Knowing where these drugs fit in the algorithm is going to matter critically in real clinical conversations very soon. Coming in at number 4 is one of the more eye-opening pieces we've published recently. A deep look at ivermectin and other agents, as they're currently being promoted online as alternative cancer therapies. This piece centers on an expert talk by Christy Harris, PharmD. Harris walked through what the evidence actually shows, and the picture is eye-opening and sobering. For ivermectin, the highest level cancer data comes from a phase 1-2 trial at ASCO 2025 in heavily pre-treated patients with triple-negative breast cancer. She described it as the best evidence we currently have, while making clear she found the results far from convincing. What makes this especially important for pharmacists is the real-world harm potential. Pharmacists are uniquely positioned here. Patients may not voluntarily admit that they're taking a veterinary antiparasitic. Catching these drugs during medication reconciliation and having an empathetic, non-judgmental conversation about the evidence is something that you and your pharmacy team are well positioned to do. Number 3 is a genuine first-in-class FDA approval, and it's one that's going to change your conversations with insulin-dependent patients significantly. The FDA has approved insulin icodec, brand name Owicli, from Novo Nordisk, as the first once-weekly basal insulin for adults with type 2 diabetes. That's 52 injections a year instead of 365. For patients who struggle with the daily burden of insulin therapy, that's no small feat. Novo Nordisk expects nationwide availability in the second half of 2026. Stay tuned for more updates. Holding at number 2 this week is a genuinely practice-reshaping piece on long COVID POTS, and it may upend some of the assumptions that have guided treatment in this patient population. Pam R. Taub presented results from the RECOVER autonomic trial at the American College of Cardiology 2026 scientific sessions in New Orleans, Louisiana. Here's the counterintuitive finding. Ivermectin did lower heart rate significantly, but that physiological improvement did not translate into meaningfully better quality of life outcomes, which was the primary endpoint of the trial. What did matter? Coordinated care. Patients who received ivermectin alongside structured non-pharmacologic support showed substantially better symptom improvement than those in the drug alone. The takeaway for pharmacists is clear. When you're counseling patients on ivermectin for POTS, the drug is not the whole story. And here we are, the most read piece on Pharmacy Times this week by a wide margin. The FDA approval of orforglipron, now branded as Foundayo from Eli Lilly. This one is a big deal for several reasons. Orforglipron is a once-daily oral GLP-1 receptor agonist that can be taken at any time of day, with or without food, with no waiting period. That sets it apart from the existing oral semaglutide pill, which requires a fasting window. The FDA approved this under its new Commissioner's National Priority Voucher Program, and it cleared in just 50 days, the fastest approval of a new molecular entity since 2002. For pharmacists, the safety profile deserves attention. The gastrointestinal adverse events you'd expect from the class are present. The obesity pharmacotherapy landscape has now shifted significantly. Oral options are here, and patients are going to be asking all about them. Pull back, look at what connected this week, and a theme jumps out. Innovation is moving fast, and so is complexity. We had 2 approvals that are going to land in your workflow sooner than you think: a weekly insulin and an oral GLP-1. We had a guideline update reshaping how you approach lipid management. We had trial data telling us that a drug works physiologically, but isn't enough on its own. And we had a reminder that misinformation in cancer care isn't theoretical. It is walking straight through your pharmacy door. That's the week. I'm Luke Halpern. Thanks for watching Top 5 in 5. Catch all these stories in full at pharmacytimes.com, and we'll see you next week.